Hey guys, Joe here, and welcome back to another episode of Crack That Base Layout. Today I'm going to take another look at the resource ring base at Town Hall 10, yet some of these techniques can be applied for Town Hall 11. I truly felt compelled to crack this base after my clan's most previous war where there were two defenders using a variation of this base layout. My question here is why? Why is this base even being used in war anymore? The resource ring base design has been around since sometime back in 2015 and is huge for pushing, in the hope to cause their attackers to fail due to their own greed chasing the resources. However, as an anti-2-star layout in war, probably not the best idea, since there have been multiple improvements or boosts to troops, damage per second, and speed since the initial resource ring base even came out. So let's take a look at the base design first before showing the attack. Mind you, this is just one variation of multiple base designs you may see. Here are a few things normally in common across these layouts. First off, the base design itself is symmetrical, very bad for highly experienced Town Hall 11s and 10s. 6 total compartments, 4 on each corner, 1 centralized core, and then the massive ring. Let's start at the outside and work our way in. This base is so simple to break down. The 4 compartments on each of the 4 corners sometimes have an archer tower or cannon in them to detour your golems, and that's if you're running a ground attack. As we move into the ring portion, majority of the point defenses and splash damage are within this ring. This design is to force your golems and giants, or dragons if you're using air, to circle the ring of the base, leaving your high damage per second troops like wizards standing alone and unafraid taking on the high hit point storages surrounding the central compartment, while the infernos and expos kill them off. What about those little wall formations outside the central compartment? Simple, they're for funneling your troops around the direction the defender wants you to go, so that way the traps, giant bombs, and spring traps pick off your troops within the ring base. Easy fix for all these, jump or earthquake them and get them out of your way. Now for the core. All the heroes, Clan Castle, Teslas, Infernos, Expos, and all are in the core Town Hall 10s most of the time. And then at Town Hall 11s, the Eagle Artillery is normally in this compartment as well. The overall idea of this base is for you to dump all your troops in one location, and as they circle the entire base while the heavy damage dealing defenses take out your troops. Now, a month ago I would be showing you a replay like this when the witches and skeletons were coming in on one entry point and dominating the rest of the resource ring base. But since then we've moved on, and I feel the best way to address this base is to split the base into sections, or if you watch my Valkyrie funneling video, split the troops into 3 separate groups entering on 3 separate sections on the same side of the base. A few things I highly suggest when hitting a Town Hall 10 or 11 resource ring base is only take on 1 inferno at a time, not both of them broadside. And if the base is set up for it, take on the clan castle or come in on the clan castle side to rid yourself of the clan castle troops while your army is near full strength, opposed to a beaten army midway through the base. If you do these things, more than likely you will have an easy 2-star, if not sweep the base for 3. Now mind you, this is an old replay. Witches do not operate this way anymore, so don't get so fixated on dropping witches. I'm certainly not telling you to do that, since the skeletons no longer trigger traps or the double giant bomb locations. Now I hit this base with a queen walk strategy on one flank and a golem wizard combo on the opposite flank. And if you're not fully confident with queen walk, I will also tag that video, a part of this one, down in the description. I did one a couple weeks ago on a better breakdown of how to count tiles and get a general idea on what location she's going to go in on. If you bring a queen in on a resource base like this, make sure that you try to get in on that air defense and get rid of it. That way it's not taking out your healers, because you really do need her to go back inside like she's doing right here and start working on that opposite side of the base. And then on the opposite side of the base, I bring in a golem and then a couple of wizards to start cleaning up down there. Basically, I wanted to create a really big funnel in the center of the base. That way I could use Valkyries to shoot up the gut into the core itself. And basically I used I think it was a jump. I brought a jump for the core in order to funnel my Valkyries into the core. Now you're probably looking at my army and you're saying, yeah, you're a Town Hall 11, you have a Grand Warden, you make this look easy. Well, I'm going to go ahead and assure you right now, Town Hall 10s can definitely do this. If you know how to queen walk, you can definitely use Valkyries and drop rages on the core, and if they're near max, I've seen level 3s do this, so there's really no excuse there. Level 3s can shoot through the gut and clear this core pretty fast, and that's all you really need when it comes to this base layout, is you need the core of this base taken care of, because that's where all the high damage dealing defensive units are located for the most part, most of the time. Not every time, don't quote me on that, But near every time on these resource ring bases, the idea here is for all the heavy damage dealing defenses in the core of the base to take care of all your troops as they circle around the base. So it does make it kind of look like I did this fairly easy. However, the Grand Warden didn't really play much of a role in this. I did use his ability when they got near the core, but you can bring a freeze if you don't feel confident with that. If you're Town Hall 10, take an extra freeze maybe. I didn't even need that second jump anyways for this raid. This was just an idea for you. You could definitely use masked golems still and still get 2 stars, even giants, dragons. This is just an idea for how to crack this base wide open and get the stars that your clan desperately needs. And if you're using this base, this is just an idea for what could come if you use it in war anymore. It's not a good layout at all. Hey guys, Joe here, and if you made it to this part of the video, thank you. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, and I appreciate and am humbled by every single like and comment that's dropped down below. Help me out by giving me some feedback and tell me where I can get better at this whole YouTube thing. And I only solely do this for the passion of the game and the family aspect. So, as always, you take care.